you have people that hate you and they try to interfere with you. Yeah. I mean, you can't do that. I mean, there's a lot of manipulation out there and a lot of propaganda on YouTube. You go onto YouTube, you do some research about narcissists, you do some research about other stuff. There's a lot of people that play victim. Yeah. A lot of people that pretend like they're a victim to group harassment or something like that. Narcissists, multiple narcissists in a workplace, in a town, small town, city, especially in a small town because there's not a lot of people. So. And yeah, it's a lot of videos that are on YouTube, which essentially are there to try to convince you to follow suit, play victim, and also to believe a lot of it. And a lot of it is not true. A lot of it is actually pretty plain. But you don't know that. You don't know. So technically they're like, okay, well, I mean, yeah, you believed it, right? I'm sure it's one of the justifications. A lot of concepts around that are not true. You have people that are playing victim on YouTube, or just playing a role on YouTube, telling false information because it eventually leads to the correct idea of submission. So there's a goal, and there's a goal which may be to cause somebody to submit mentally, physically, or in a certain specific way. And to carry out that goal, it's done by two truths and one lie. Or three truths and one lie, right? You have people that empathize with you. Maybe you feel like your parents are mean. Maybe you feel like your friends are not real friends. You people that empathize with you, and then they tell you three truths and one lie, and that one lie is meant to really shake the basis of your framework. So it's basically like, I'm just like, you know, you need money to live, right? Like, so I'm gonna help you guys out so you guys understand. It's like, the most important thing is that you need money to live, and you have to have, you know, discipline, right? And you need a strong friend group. You need a bunch, you need to have people that you know that are very, you need to have friends, they need to care about you. You need to have friends that care about you, right? So what I do is I go, you know, if you want to be successful, you have to understand that money is the most important factor, right? So whatever you're doing, you have to be making money. Secondly, so if I say, I'm gonna teach you how to be successful, so first thing you need to know is that money is the most important thing, obviously, because why are you doing what you're doing if you're not trying to make money? You want money so you can have freedom, so you can do things. Secondly, you need to have discipline. You need to make sure that you're clocking in every day and that you're really outworking your peers. Thirdly, you need to have a strong circle. Right? You need to have a strong circle of friends, and who you surround yourself with, you become. So if you're surrounded by idiots in your friend group, well, then you become an idiot. Right? So you see what I did there? So I kind of went in fractally. Right? So I kind of went in fractally a little bit there, but so as I presented that, I presented 3 points, right? Which is that money is the most important, and so is discipline, right? Now these are some common things that people usually believe, right? And you see, it's also controversial. You see that? You notice that? Is that I said, okay, first up, money is the most important thing, right? It's kind of controversial, right? Money doesn't matter. But you're like, oh, well, I'm watching this video to learn about how to be successful, right? So you're like, yeah, right? So you go with it, and then and you have to have discipline, right? And you're like, yeah. So by that point, you're already like, yeah, you have discipline. So then, I start saying some other stuff. So I'm like, oh, well, you gotta lock in every day. You gotta outwork your peers, right? So that was just a little one right there. Not necessarily true. You don't need to be overworking yourself, right? It's not about working harder. It's not how you be successful. I mean, you have to. We're not talking about that, but yeah. Anyways, and then the last one, which I said was I said you need to have a strong circle of friends, because you become who your friends are eventually. They wear off on you, and if they're idiots, you become. So that's true, right? But here's the thing: is that what I said, the overarching theme, imprinted an idea into your subconscious, right? That is more relevant and, that is more, so I implanted that thought into your subconscious that is more implicative of the actual outcome. Now that being the desired outcome, right? So I'm trying to convince you subconsciously that you want to have a circle of friends. Now, consider this too, because this is where it gets advanced. But once you know it, you look at it and you realize what it is, and it's just, that's all it is, everything, right? So then you see, so I'm telling you should have a circle of friends, but at the same time, if you have a circle of friends and they're idiots, well, you will become an idiot. That's pretty true, right? And that's kind of statistically true as well. So you become, if you hang out with people, you're going to become like them. Then, at the same time, you're like, Well, since you believe that, you know, you're like, okay, I gotta find friends, right? Because he's right, you know. I have a bad circle, right? But you think you need it, right? And here's the thing is that the people that are so-called friends are really, like, not your friends. You know what I'm saying? Like, in almost most cases, like, there really isn't, like, so much of a thing as friends. I mean, there are some cases where there's, like, friends, but even still, it's like, then you have to make sure they're high quality, right? So, point is that your subconscious is telling you that you have to get friends. You're gonna go try to find friends, and you're gonna end up finding people that are egotistical, toxic people, because that is 99.9% of the people, right? 99.9% of the people that are fucking around you are heavily toxic, unfortunately. Now, this doesn't mean that everybody's bad-hearted, right? Some people are good-hearted and unaware, and then a lot of people are, you know, just toxic and evil, and I don't really know how to describe it. I don't know how to describe it because they're fucking toxic. So, at the same time, the truth of that further supports my end goal, right? Indicative of that outcome. So, when I say your toxic friends will destroy you, it's true, and then, you know. So anyways, yeah, so, you know, that's how they do it, and that's what YouTube is filled with. So you gotta understand is that there's so many people on YouTube that you don't know that are literally being paid off by whoever. You have people in your community that get paid off by the fire department or the government, right? I saw a video of this, I saw a video of the FBI or the CIA. They went to a guy's house and they, like, offered him a surveillance job on his neighbor. So there's literally a video I saw on the internet. You can find it if you search gangstalking. It's like the CIA and the FBI, two dudes, go to a guy's door and they're like, do you know this neighbor? Yes. Well, we have a position here. We have a surveillance. I don't think they call it surveillance. They call it, like, different things. And, you know, we'll offer you money, you know, to help us keep an eye on them, X, Y, and Z. So there's that level of it. But then there's also just off the book stuff, right? Under the table stuff. And then there's other stuff, right? You might have, like, somebody that just knows people and they do it for free. There's people that would do this gang stalking stuff for free, right? So factor that into consideration too. And yeah, but the point is, right, is that again, that stuff is filled with what we just talked about. That is all that. Every single gang stalking video you watch, if you try to research it, you're gonna find all that shit that we talked about in the beginning of this video. And point is, right? Yeah. Point is, a lot of them, you know, a lot of these psychology videos or these videos on certain topics, right? You know, convince you of, you know, narcissists, whatever, you know, they don't talk to them, they don't want to tell them things, X, Y, Z, or, oh, gang stalking happens, there's nothing you can do about it, you know, you're just gonna be targeted. And a lot of it actually, right, is again paid, funded, right? So a lot of this is all just fake videos, especially gang stalking. Oh, yeah, almost all the videos on YouTube about gang stalking are literally like fake. There are people that are part of it that do it. A lot of them. There's some people that might be real, but. And so the point is, obviously they can't destroy you, right? And that's really the thing, right? A lot of those videos, they're trying to convince you that Gangstalkers can destroy you. Obviously not. And well, first of all, you if you don't believe that, you really should, because I mean, think about it. If you thought about somebody's parent or something that didn't like you, was like, oh, I'm gonna destroy you. Some friend in high school would destroy. Like, people can't destroy you. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't have any authority. Like, this is a spiritual world. You know what I'm saying? Like, we could. However, right, if you believe that, then you destroy yourself. Maybe. Or, you know, whatever it is. But the part of it, though, is that's important, though, is that, yeah, I mean, obviously, nobody can destroy you, right? No Gangstalkers that can destroy me. There's nobody on this earth that can destroy me, because I'm spiritually connected, right? And I'm so aware and useful to the world on top of that. So useful to people, right? But, oh yeah, and then you take the concept of like a gang stalker, like some rando neighbor that smokes cigarettes and drives their fucking $20,000 beat up shitmobile. Like, okay. Obviously, they can't destroy me. Right? But, so the other part of that is that, what you gotta realize, though, is that, especially if you are on that level, right, like where you walk in your power, you know who you are, when you're on that level, is that you gotta watch, because you might get a little sad, because you're just like why are they wasting your time, like, trying to mess with you? And then you see the effects of it, and you see, you know what I mean, like, and maybe you're shown it, maybe God shows you it in dreams. You see these people and they're like, what do I do? What do I do? Because you kept rising and didn't believe in me. Like, fuck, like, what do I do? Like, dude, I don't know what to do now. It's like, yeah. And I mean, it's like, I wrote this down, actually. So I guess I'll end it with this, which is that, I mean, it's like, it's just actually just out of this world, bro. 'Cause it's like literally, legit, actually, matter of fact, undoubtedly, for real, seriously, like, if you're a gangstalker, all you have to do is leave those persons alone. You gotta leave them alone. Yeah. So I will say is that, you know, in terms of this spiritual world that we live in, there is no doubt a system check. Everything that you do, everything that happens before anything happens in this spiritual world, there is a system check, right? Is it God? Well, maybe not God directly, maybe, God, made the universe like that, so it's like, yeah, it's automatic. But, obviously if you're trying to destroy somebody, like, and you're taking actions, to destroy somebody, whether that be harassing them, you know what I mean? Trying to make them quit their job, right? Some things that Gangstalkers do, whether you're harassing them, maybe you're ganging up with coworkers trying to make somebody quit their job. Maybe you're, I don't know, trying to wake people up at night or some shit, driving by their house, revving their engine, right? Or stalking them, slandering them, following them, right? And you have an intention, right? You're trying to destroy them. And you will certainly destroy yourself until you stop. So, that's why I wrote down all that they literally have to do is stop. But I don't seek to control Gangstalkers, because I know I can't. You can't control other people. You can't destroy other people. You can't control other people. And those who try destroy themselves and lose control of themselves.